see what we got here. And I think this is a nice copy of this book. I got it for about $100. And it is G.I. Joe number 21. I've got a couple copies of this now. But this, I believe, is a first print. The other one is a third print. And this is a little bit nicer copy, I believe. It does have a tiny little crease here on the top, but it's not too bad. And let's come over here and grade this thing and see what we got. Alright, well this one's a little bit disappointing, but not too bad. It does have this color breaking crease here, which I knew about. And that usually will cap you about 9.0, 9.2. I've got something similar on my X-Men 101. But there are a couple little hidden creases here that I couldn't see in the pictures. There's one here, and they do break color. So that's not going to help our cause here, but everything else looks good. I mean, if you look at it this way, it presents nicely. And it is a first print. I just double checked. There's no third printing written right there. And yeah, I mean, the spine looks good. It's got some minor dings to it. It's got a few color breaks, not too bad. And the back looks okay. Can be cleaned up a little bit with a press. I think this could definitely be an 8.5. I wouldn't be surprised if it's an 8.0 though, just with this. But that's just preliminary. Let's see what it looks like after the next part of the process, which is the clean and press. So without further ado, let's get to it. So the first step, I think, is to do that initial first press and just see what this book looks like. It's got quite a bit of pressable defects on it. One thing I'm looking at here that I'm not sure if I paid close enough attention to is this really bad creasing right here across the book. It almost looks like a printer's crease, but I don't think that's what it is. I think it's just a defect somehow caused by whoever owned the book. So I don't know, man. Color break there, not so much here, but I'm just never going to be able to get rid of that. I'm not even sure what that is. I guess it could be printer's creases, but who would buy that on the stand if it looked like that? So yeah, whatever it is, it is. We're just going to have to try and clean that up. So let's take note of what this looks like right now and see if we can't clean that up. I'm going to go ahead and put it in that first press, and let's just reevaluate. The initial press is done. Let's get this book out of here and take a look and see how much improvement we've gotten. Just going to carefully take it over to the table and we'll take a look. Right, always an exciting moment when you get it out of the press to see what kind of improvements we've made. It's definitely flattened out, cleaned up. Still a lot of work to do here. These do look quite a bit better, these creases, wrinkles, whatever you want to call them. I'm not sure how much of that we can clean up further. That just probably is what it is for the most part. The front is pretty clean, but I think there is some cleaning that's needed on the back. So I don't want to get ahead of myself here. So we do definitely need to clean up some of this on the back. There's definitely some soiling. So let me do that first. And it's probably just going to be mostly a Zorine pad, sponge, whatever you want to call it. And let me put that on here and see how much of this we can get off, and then we'll address it from there. Alright, so the cleaning is done, and I went ahead and did another press on it. A lot of the defects cleaned up on it. The only problem is this. I don't know if it doesn't do justice on camera here, but these are really bad. Looks like printer's creases, but I don't know. I'm thinking it's going to count way against the book. I think this is going to cap us. Maybe even 8.0, something like that. So I don't think the rest of these defects, cleaning those up further, is going to help us. I think if I cleaned the defects up perfectly on the book, got everything out that I could, grinded it out, took 2 or 3 hours getting this book ready, and this wasn't here, we could probably get a 9.2, 4, somewhere in that range. But it doesn't matter because this is going to cap us, these big color breaks right here. So why put the book through that when it's not going to help at all with the grade? Now, if you remember the back, it had some pretty weird, it almost looked like stains. It's almost like a clay on the back or something soiling. But the Absorine actually took most of it off. You can see that right here. It's just, you can kind of see a faint hint of some soiling still that I can work on a little bit more maybe. But yeah, it did a good job taking all that off. So yeah, that's good news. But I think, you know, that probably would have hurt us another half grade or something. Because like I said, I just think this book is capped. I just think 7.58, but the book looks great now. It looks, I mean, except for those creases on the middle of the cover, front cover, this is a great looking book. And it almost presents, if you're not looking at that one little area of the book, it presents like a 9.4, maybe. 9.2 certainly. So I'm going to go ahead and just take an eraser and just clean up a couple little things here. And I think I'm just going to press it and send it off. I don't think there's any reason to belabor the point on this book anymore. And then we'll reveal the grade after it comes back from CGC. So it's back, this book. So I thought maybe it could get an 8.0 at the most. So, you know, I've already looked at the grade because I did an unboxing of this book. So I know what it is, but yeah, I won't hold back any longer. I mean, it's a really strange grade. It's just unbelievable this got a 9.2. I don't know how, honestly. This does not look like a 9.2. I compare this to other 9.2s. This one doesn't come close. So yeah, a little bit questionable on the grade. But yeah, I mean, it turned this video, this CPR, into a big success because of the grade. But I'll probably end up selling it at like that 8.0, 8.5 range just because, you know, it's obviously not a 9.2. So yeah, once again, thanks for watching. Stay nerdy, and I'll see you in the next one.